I'll be talking about A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. So I got the book a little bit later. I don't know how many of you grew up with Mr. Rogers, but I did. And so when the movie came out, I immediately went and saw it, and Tom Hanks floored me. So I used to think that he could play pretty much anyone, and that's always been true. But when I saw him as Mr. Rogers, I literally forgot that it was Tom Hanks and not the actual Mr. Rogers. That's how good I thought he did in the movie. And then it was maybe 4 months later, the movie was still pretty popular, and I saw this book. This is the cover. So if you haven't seen it, this is what he looked like. So you can tell he was really like Mr. Rogers. I picked it up because I thought, oh, this is the book that's based on the movie. And I bought it, I put it on my shelf. When I finally did pick it up to read it, it was actually in my original to-be-read pile that I shot last week, but I cheated a little bit. That wasn't the original pile. This book was in it, and I read it before I actually got to the video itself. So I kind of started the to-be-read pile, I guess, already, including this one. But it wasn't until I did that, it wasn't until I picked it up where I noticed what it said at the very, very top. So it says, a special edition of the classic advice book previously published as You Are Special by Fred Rogers, celebrating the new major motion picture. So this book is so much better than I originally thought. It does have the article in the beginning that the movie was based off of. So there actually was a journalist that followed him around, and whoever read it, that produced the movie, directed it, whoever, thought that it would make a good movie. And so they did. So that is in here. That was a real fun read. But finding out that it was actually him, it was actually his book, was amazing. It was so much fun. And it's not like a book where, you know, it's about his life story. It's not a memoir or anything, but it's just little quotes. So there's different chapters, and he's going through different things. I'll read you the chapters. So it's Dear Reader, You Are Special, Relationships, Childhood, Creativity and Play, Discipline, Learning, Difficult Situations, Communicating, Parenthood, the partnership between parents, child care, providers, and teachers, and the last one, which actually helped me, Growing in Adulthood. I feel like I haven't really yet. And the book is just little quotes, little sayings that he's hoping will help you. Like, let's see. Let me find one. So under Creativity and Play, the first one is, what nourishes the imagination, probably more than anything else. Loving adults who encourage the imaginative play of the children's own making. Obviously, I don't do it justice because you have to hear it in Mr. Rogers' voice. But that's what this book is, and I was so happy when I read it. And I think that's why I read it so fast, because it is the way it is. It's just little sayings on different situations, different subjects. But, it was so good. I'm so glad I read it. So the movie side of things, like I mentioned, the book has the article that the movie was based off of. That was so much fun because it was a little piece of my childhood all over again. I loved watching Mr. Rogers at home. My grandpa, it was one of my favorite memories with him, is I used to run into what was called his den, which was kind of like a TV room, and we'd watch PBS a lot of the times, and Mr. Rogers would always be on. And so I would watch him with my grandpa whenever I was visiting him. So with those memories and just kind of seeing Tom Hanks portray Mr. Rogers, basically seeing him all over again, I love that movie. Why don't I have it? I should buy it. Why don't I have it? Now that I'm talking about it, I really want it. I should really look into purchasing it. But anyway, so like the article, you kind of follow the journalist for a little while, and then he reaches out to Fred Rogers, and he shadows him. So he goes to the studio, he goes to his house, he kind of goes through his everyday life, seeing what it's like to be Mr. Rogers. And he's older in it. In the article, it said that he was 70, I believe. So he was kind of ending his series. But it's so much fun to watch. I can't say whether the book is better or the movie is better because they're equally amazing in their own different ways, because this is really Mr. Rogers and the movie is about Mr. Rogers. So I can't say which is better. I give both of them 5 stars. No, I think I'm going to pull a Norm Macdonald rating here. I go each of them with 7. But if you've grown up with him at all, if you've just watched a couple of them and enjoyed them, I recommend this book and that movie. So I don't know if you could still find it under this title, but look for You Are Special by Fred Rogers. You will not be disappointed. But that is my comparison, which I can't really say, like I said, which is better, the book versus movie, because they're equally amazing. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!